Oh, hi guys, today I'm gonna show some tips of you learning to play fish, Roblox fish. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing when you start fishing, when you use a flimsy rod, even though it's not a really good rod, it is still overpowered. Because the bar under there, it will automatically transport higher. Okay, that's the first tip. Secondly, when you have bait crates, you don't click one at a time. You can just click all 50 bait crates, and all the bait will be transferred to the equipment bag. Third tip, if you're starting over and you are not getting good fish, try jumping straight to an island anywhere. That tip is to end and where you should go, it's either Roswell Bay or Forsaken Shores if you're just starting. That's the end of the tip. The next tip is if you don't know how to use this treasure maps, you should go to Forsaken Shores. I'm gonna teleport there. I just reached Forsaken Shores. So where you should go when you get into the island, you should go this way and then go up here to the pond, to this little pond. You see this pond. Also, this is a good place for catching fish, but we'll get to fishing parts, to where you should fish in a different video. Okay, now keep climbing a few more ladders. I recommend using the sift. And another thing is there are no sprinting. Okay. Now, until you come up to this pirate man, he says, it will say, can you fix my map for 250 coins? And click that, and whichever map you're using, it will show all three coordinates, because usually it will always show one coordinate like this, 965x, y, and Z. No. Okay. Also, another tip is this TNT. If you don't have Atlantis, you go behind this guy and then grab the TNT. Okay, let's move on to the next tip. Well, while I was explaining why you should fish here, it's because for a reason. So once we go to the best area of Forsaken Shores, you'll see this Captain Goldfish. This goldfish is a mythical, so it's hard to get. So you might need Aurora Totems or Server Lock and Daily Time, because it requires these three things: Truffle Worm, Day, and Summer. Okay, and you should use you don't need a good rod for this area. It's not hard to get, it does no progress speed. Let's go to the next tip. And also, did I forget to mention, you can also get the Golden Seahorse in Forsaken Shores, but it's in Forsaken Shores Ocean. And I'm going to show you where that is. So just hop on your boat, travel in the right side, and it will show Forsaken Shores Ocean. And you should fish. Wait, I should get my fish radar. There's supposed to be this golden seahorse. This is where it's usually found. Okay, let's move on to the actual next tip. Okay, so we're over here at Statue of Sovereignty. Usually this coal man, you have to ask 400 coins to get one trip. But if you pay 100,000 coins, if you pay 100,000 coins to him, you can get unlimited trips to this floor. Also, another tip down here is that probably some of you might not know is that you can also fish here. You can also fish here, and there's also the King's Rod, which only costs 100,000, and these are the stats. It also got buffed. So this is the King's Rod right here. Lure speed is 30%, luck 85, control 0.15, resilience 35, and inch kg max kg. Also, fishes become 30% bigger if you have the King's Rod. Also, the enchantment, also Herculean, got a big buff. But instead of it being in the enchant relic like it always did before, it's now in the exalted relics. So, and the chance, and there are about 5 enchantments. There's about 5 enchantments. Okay, but let's move on to the next. To jump to Roslyn Bay first, then pursue the shores. You can also unlock something different. It's called a submarine, and it doesn't require any level, especially considering while it does require level 10 to do. It's because for this particular reason, it's so OP. It can go underwater. It can go as fast as a jet ski. Okay, and it can also. It will also not make you drown. So you just have to do a little bit of grinding, and if you have no boat, just jump here. It's next to Roslet. It's just next to Roslet. Also, how these totems work? This totem is really OP. If you want megs or other fishes to spawn, then you should always stock up on these. They cost 2,000 per one. Also you need, and also to build a ship, you need to dig in Roslet Bay, somewhere around here. And the chances of getting one piece, also there are 5 pieces. So which means it's a 5% chance. It's a 5% chance to get them. So it's rare. So you need to be looking for submarine. But it's so OP. But one of the last tips is to go back to Moosewood. Back here, there is one thing that makes everything cheaper. So first you have to travel from here to this little island over there. That little island has a shop. And that shop, it makes everything cheaper, including the enchant relics, because you can actually buy enchant relics, but I'm going to show it to you at the end of the video as a last tip. Meteor totems are also expensive. Okay, as I was saying, the sundial totem was 2,000, but it lost 20%. It's 20% off. Okay, and I'm going to show you the last tip, where you can buy enchant relics instead of you having to fish for 1,000,000 years just to get one enchant. Also you can buy exalted relics from the shop. And also there's another bait crate called the tropical bait crate. It's the same thing, gives different and better bait. So you should stock up on those. I'll show you why in a different video. Okay, but we're here in the top of Sunstone Island. You have to go down here to this little hole right here. That's hard to find. You just go down, get to this room, and ignore this guy sing for some reason. And that's where you get the sundial totems. Okay, and I'm gonna show you other totems, not just the sundial totem. So there are other totems called the smoke screen totem, the tempest totem, the blue moon totem, the meteor totem, the aurora totem, the eclipse totem, the mutation totem, the shiny totem, and the sparkling totem. I'm going to explain what they do in a separate video also, because I have 10 episodes of of tips of fish, because since fish has been getting popular, there might be people who need more tips, because it's like 100,000 players now. Okay, but that's the end of this video. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, even though you don't. It's your choice if you want to subscribe. It's not up to mine. Also, the last thing I'm telling, also, that's the end. Bye.